Hey, I'm on now. All right, good. Well, guys, I got a lot to show you. Not as much as the other days, but just a few things, about 18 videos. Once we get through that, I'm gonna put most of my attention into my game, and we're gonna be going through Big Mountain finally. I believe I have accumulated enough caps in my adventures, I'm gonna call it, and yeah, so we're sitting at a cushy 4 mil, and we can do stock market trades and everything in here, and just flip these things for nothing. Yeah, we could do a whole bunch of things. I call it that, but like I mean it's a cap glitch. So I don't know. I this thing stocks are like money glitches in real life, so I called it like that. But in realism, as you can tell, how many different saves I've had since my last Quarry Junction adventure, it's because I had put a lot of time into this. And not the caps thing doesn't take very long. It's not that. This is what I put a lot of my time into. And as you can tell, my game is completely about to bug out and just like crash. This isn't on an old Xbox One, by the way. But yeah, it's here we go. So just kind of like made everything look like a shop. It's easier to do that than you'd think. So like, but that was kind of random, so I liked it and I left it. It's been quite some time. That dinosaur was on top of that for a while, but it fell off when I loaded in, so like whatever. But yeah, we got tons of these dinky dinos. It's about, I'd say 450 of them in there, which is another reason why I can't even, I'm about to crash. So it's pretty gnarly. And yeah, so I had put a roof on top of this to keep them in here, and it's slowly, what's happening is I thought it was going to keep them from doing this, from coming out this way, but because I had all this extra stuff in here, I even had foundations of pull cues, and it's all being kind of like shimmied back under it. I had all of those 9 irons, and we got the pull cues, was about 15 of them, and about 5 of those golf clubs. I threw a couple of these grenade rifles in there to kind of keep it from avalanching, and yeah, I ended up using flamers and a whole bunch of other things to kind of just stop it. Eventually it will stop moving and I'll get my frame rates back for a second, then I can do some more stuff. But usually, like when you reload into an area that's like this, it will always, like, everything will move a little bit. It's just how Bethesda games are, especially for stuff like this that's free fall, and it's not really in a phase. So all this is all like, you can tell it's I don't know what's going on lately, but it's not really giving me too much hassle, other than all of a sudden my stream disconnected right there. Like, that's never really happened. So it's just, you guys haven't had enough time to get the QR code in front like normal. And I'm going to fix this the best I can before we get going. And I'm going to need to use the restroom really quick and hydrate and nibble on some food. I will disappear for a second to grab a mattress and stuff. The wind's been pretty crazy. One's on the ground outside because it blew off the top of my truck. I was trying to clean clean the truck, and the mattress is in the back because the dogs like to lay on it. And yeah, the rain has gotten it wet, so a little portion of it's gotten, I call mildew. It didn't even look like mold. It's not ideal at this point to lay on, so I'm going to take it off, wash it, and then put it back on the mattress. It's a mattress protector. Yeah, and then so this will be an easy thing. I'm not going to do all that right now, but I'm just going to move it off the dirt because the wind blew it off onto the dirt. And let's test this out, guys.
Now, Iran reportedly launched a strike on the French naval base in Abu Dhabi. Again, they're just striking literally whoever they can, but France is a little too gay to actually get involved. Now, yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of a deep dive onto the military operations before we get to the terrorist attack in Texas. But just now, 4 B-2 bombers flew all the way to Iran yesterday to drop dozens of 2,000-pound penetrator bombs on Iranian ballistic missile facilities. That's right, we're cooking them.
Learning new updates this morning.
Well, it's not about cooking. It's about showing these people that we could have done this a long time ago, and they shouldn't have started pushing us.
Oh boy!
Started saying anything about killing our president. Now, I don't even understand what Hassan has to do with any of this, but I'm getting sick and tired of us giving him airtime, man. I'm sick and tired.
Think about all the goats we've saved from abuse by doing this. All right, look at it from this perspective.
Facilities underground.
All right, so the last thing I was doing before I left
in the Fordow attack
was, I mean, as in to go to sleep.
18-hour trip one way. The jets refueled
What
along
was,
the way,
sorry,
and the
this is gonna
B-2s
bug me if
returned
it's not.
to the U.S.
Plus, we are now getting our first update from CENTCOM this morning.
Dude, that is insane.
Adjusted
All right,
properly
just think about the
to where I
level
could
of
lean into it.
technical detail that went into this attack. Dude, Trump literally planned it for 6 months, and during those 6 months, he gave them the opportunity to make a deal. They refused to make a deal. We got all our shit together, and this is going to be the fastest, massive, gigantic war ever. This is not a 10-year slog in the Middle East like with Iraq and stuff like that. This is some pinpoint shit. It's unbelievable levels of, quite literally, swift,
I think it's
sexy
funny because he
imperialism.
doesn't
And I
really
love it.
understand
Absolutely. That's right. You gotta get rid of these motherfuckers.
like
immediately.
the gravity
Now,
of the stuff we're
Saudi
doing.
Arabia
He just knows we're doing things.
is vowing a swift and overwhelming military response against Iran.
I want to
No one saw this coming.
back to that breaking news just into CNN about Saudi Arabia. It says that it is prepared to respond if Iran continues its
Anyway, I've been
retaliatory
getting
attacks.
my stuff
CNN
together for the Big
international
Mountain Run,
diplomatic editor Nick
and
Robertson joins us now.
I
What have
put
we
everything
learned?
in here that I'm going to take, and I am
this is a really
at
new
a
and
100
big step
or
by the
200
Crown
now
Prince
ish
to
because I added somewhere
authorize the
around
possibility of,
200,
Saudi
almost 200 pounds. I have
response
250,
if
so
Iran attacks
I don't
Saudi
really
Arabia
know.
again. He called
I'm
their
gonna do
attacks,
one last sweep of what I can
yesterday
make, like
in the early
weapon
hours of today cowardly.
repair
He
kits.
said that these attacks
Go
by
around
Iran
and
were
buy as
cowardly
much
because
medical
Iran
supplies one more
knew,
time before I
the
go
Crown
in there,
Prince
so
said
I don't
Iran
need to
knew
wait
that
around
Saudi
or
airspace
wait
was
time
not being
because
used
I know they have a
to
sink
attack
shop in
Iran,
there,
and
and
this
since
is
I'm a
insensitive.
millionaire, it doesn't
There
really
have been
matter. But
attacks around the
I want to
capital
because
here
I
that have
don't want to
been
leave
intercepted. There was
and
an
think
attack
that
near
like I
a
wish I
military
would have had
airfield
that,
north of
or
the,
like I hate that
country.
feeling.
There have been
Because again, Iran.
Always
let me
hated it
remind
when
you,
I go on vacations
they're
or
just
whatever. I'm
bombing
sure you
everyone around
understand.
them. It's not like I mean, they hate Jews and Christians, sure, but they hate other denominations of Muslims as well. The Sunnis and the Shiites haven't been getting along at all.
Attacks further east, much closer to the Persian Gulf, much closer to Iran. They've been repelled so far, but
See, the
Crown
game
Prince
is
has
normal
said that
again.
Because of Iran's
It's like,
actions, he is putting
that's
the
a game
country,
crash
Saudi
right there.
Arabia's
You go in there
security
to crash your
first,
game.
The safety of
You get
its
it?
territory, the safety of its citizens.
Because
As
I'm
they
done
should.
for the day. I go in there and my
Makes
game's
He's
crashing.
putting
I'm going to
those
bed.
things first, and for
It's almost like everyone that actually has to deal with Iran fucking hates them because they know that they're
See, I
terrorists
grabbed
that
the
start all this shit
stim packs
everywhere.
first.
All right, and
Before I
and
go
all the
around
people in the
into the
West, right,
weapon
with
repair
nose
kit
rings,
thing.
fat communists in California that are pro-Iran.
I gotta tell you, the 76 having the workbenches
willfully
and doing
ignorant
everything at your house, so you don't have to go
that
anywhere,
reason, he
is
says,
way
he is
better.
authorizing the right and the military here to respond
Oh, boy.
if they are attacked by Iran. And also we heard from the Foreign Ministry here on their Twitter feed last night that the Crown Prince had a telephone conversation with President Trump, and in that conversation the Crown Prince had full support from President Trump. This is how the Saudis were reporting it. Full support from President Trump for how they should respond. And this is yet another example of how Iran has turned these Gulf states here, these very powerful, militarily strong Gulf.
They all fucking hate them. And the thing is, Saudi Arabia, Qatar even, the United Arab Emirates, for the most part, they want to flourish. Iran is a literal death cult. It's a literal terrorist death cult. Like, you can't even exaggerate this. That's exactly what they do, bro.
all of
from being
Iran, and he needs to
bystanders in
understand
Israel
that.
And the United States
So Israel and the United States started it, but it looks like everyone is getting involved. All right, now that it looks like it's super freaking successful,
He needs to have a limiter on his
now
mic, because
everyone wants a
that's
piece of the action.
I shouldn't have to put a limiter on his
into
videos.
now potential participants. It ratchets up the fluidity.
Nothing radicalizes you against Islamic terrorism like being the victim of Islamic terrorism. It's kind of crazy how that happens.
Here, the situation here, the dynamic of what is happening. People here in Saudi Arabia.
Sneeko says that no. Sneeko says Saudi Arabia is controlled by the Zionist Jews. Bro, you've got to stop. You've got to stop. This isn't real. This isn't real. My guy, maybe Iran is just terrorists. They massacre their own people. They massacre their neighbors. They attack us. They chant death to us. They plan on building nuclear and ballistic missiles to destroy us. Like, why are we playing this game, man? Maybe they're just fucking bad guys, huh? Maybe we don't need to always try to find a way to blame it on the Jews or America or imperialism or some shit.
We are concerned about
What about space lasers, bro? You forgot about the space lasers.
And not under as much threat as some of the Gulf neighbors that are closer to Iran. And the Crown Prince has spoken with them and promised those countries like Qatar, like Bahrain, like the United Arab Emirates of support as they go through, all these countries go through this together.
Yeah, so it seems like all these Gulf countries are kind of working together with the United States and Israel to obliterate their common enemy of Iran. This is crazy. Now, Iran has been making believe it's been winning, right? They've been talking to their own people like, we have done fantastic jobs. We struck all of their ships, right? So Iran caught in a huge lie that it struck the USS Abraham Lincoln with ballistic missiles. Well, this is what actually happened. And as you can see, this is the USS Abraham Lincoln. Not struck by missiles. As you can see, it's still not struck by missiles. Right, we have jets flying off. No missiles noted. There's one of them going there. It's almost like it's just a lie. You know, they've been announcing that, you know,
it's almost like it's a lie.
Come close. The Lincoln was not hit. The Lincoln continues to launch aircraft in support of the relentless campaign to defend the American people by eliminating threats from the Iranian regime. Dude, they are trying so hard. They're coping. They're striking their own shit by accident. I mean, of course, Columbia University, right? These are the intellectuals, the communists and the feminists that tell us how we need to be more empathetic and stuff. The Columbia University anti-Israel group, which is generally code these days for pro-terrorists, posts death to America after U.S. and Israel kill Khamenei. Like, are we serious, bro? Why do we have gigantic swaths of groomed NPC students chanting death to America on our soil? Like, this is insane. We need to squash this communist grooming from all of these universities. It's unbelievable. Now, in Austin, Texas, a CBS reporter was told literally, do not focus on the pro-Trump protests. He just said, I was told not to focus on this. Well, I am. And essentially, a CBS reporter in Austin, Texas, being massively praised after refusing to follow a text message from his superior telling him not to focus on the massive crowd praising President Trump's actions in Iran. They don't want us to focus on this? Well, I am. It's insane. The media's flailing, trying to make believe this is like a deeply unpopular position. It's quite literally not. And everyone knows it. And that's the craziest part. Now, Adam Schiff, Democrat, complete retard, talks about how he wishes Khamenei was still alive and with us.
The Ayatollah Khamenei led a regime that brutalized its own people, launched attacks around the world for almost 40 years. So is the president right to take him out?
Yes.
No, you're right about that.
Oh my. Bro, you had one job. Now you're considered a terrorist. I mean, this is the definition of white privilege. You're privileged to live in a country where you could sit there and not be a part of this terrorist problem, but when we want to go over there and fix 32,000 people from getting killed in 2 days, You think it's not okay to kill the guy who said to do it? You would be the guy that said, if the Zimmerman note came in your era and was read, they're killing people and the Nazis are killing Jews. No, they're not. Don't look at that note. It's propaganda. I think he should lose his job. I think Senator Adam Schiff shouldn't be a part of a Democratic cult.
This is a murderous regime.
Right.
But at the same time,
He should know what a murderous regime is. He's probably on the left too, trying to kill fucking Trump. This shit's satanic.
Should have waited until they had ballistic missiles that had the capability of reaching us and delivering nukes. Good point, Adam Schiff. It's like he's not denying that they're threats. He's not denying that they hate us, that they're murderous, that they're evil, that they're trying to kill us. He's just saying it wasn't going to happen tomorrow, so Trump should wait until they're literally next door before actually getting involved. Now,
that doesn't make sense.
Perspective of all this. If they're coming to kill you, you kill them first. We don't need to play this game, or we don't need to wait until the retard draws his pistol and then we shoot him. All right? No,
this
absolutely not. That's retard shit. Only
this isn't duel. We're not dueling.
No, we nuked that fucker from orbit, so we never even have to get into this situation.
Rods of God, my folk. Rods of God.
It's insane. Right now, I thought this was a pretty interesting.
It's all they're gonna get. Big iron rods from the sky penetrating.
War with Iran. We are not at war with Iran. What we're doing is being very proactive on a threat to the United States. After 9/11, we made a promise, never again, and we met that. Never again will we be caught flat-footed. And it wasn't a matter of if. It was a matter of when Iran was going to try to hit us with a nuclear weapon, but they already were developing the
enriched uranium
technology to deliver.
They had the centrifuges. We blew up the centrifuges.
But
they were enriching uranium themselves. They were there. They were weeks away from a bomb. And you think we're going to sit there and let this brutal regime that thinks it's okay to literally, as this guy says, fuck goats, have nukes because they want a scientific achievement? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You can go with Occam's razor on this. They're clearly going to use it as a weapon. Don't sit there and wait for them to have a weapon like North Korea.
Like, these dudes wanted another 9/11 as an excuse.
Of course, North Korea's attached to China. They really China's fault. So that's why we're not dealing with North Korea, because they're attached to China. Do you not know history books? It's not that we can't take them on. It's just that we're basically fighting China at that point. So we better have every other base handled first if we're going to take on China, because of Taiwan. They're already going to go after Taiwan, and we are going to go over there if they do that. So guess what? Guess what?
I'm sure you're not aware.
The Xi Jinping.
They cannot.
Think about that, bro.
We own the skies.
You want to play this tariff war game? You might not be around.
Have effectively suppressed the air defense systems, or IADS, over Tehran, a huge step forward in terms of being able to track the movements of Iranian leaders and forces. In terms of the U.S. operation yesterday, the U.S. military carried out 900 strikes in 12 hours.
Damn.
That might be a record. The Israelis carried out 1,200 strikes in the past 24 hours, more than during the entire 12-day war last summer. In fact, the Israeli Air Force...
And no mass casualties. It's almost like all of these, so far, 2,100 strikes. Oh my god, dude, they fucked up. They fucked up so badly. Bro, they should have just kept fucking goats in peace. But no, they wanted to try to kill us. They really did so badly. Well, you know what they say. You fuck around, you find out.
Force just took out 2 Iranian fighter jets that were on the tarmac preparing to take off from Tabriz.
I saw that too. That was insane. I have to show
wait for another
live
president
updates.
to
Israel says it hit Iranian fighter jets prepared for takeoff. Yeah, we own the skies. I don't think you're aware. We and our allies in Israel own the sky over Iran right now. They can't get their planes to take off. Before the fighter jets take off, they blow up. It's honestly incredible stuff. This might be one of the most efficient wars ever. Remember, we still do not have a single pair of boots on the ground in Iran. This is exactly what I've been saying the entire time. We don't need boots on the ground. I don't want a 10-year-long regime change war. Nice, swift, sexy imperialism. You go in, you fuck their shit, you leave. That's what I'm talking about. It might take a week, it might take a few weeks.
You realize
that's what we're saying.
Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, said that like he is holding that. I have a quote, and I was going to put it on later, that says basically we are holding the boots on the ground card. Like we have it. Like we can do it. We will if we have to. We don't think we need to have to, but we have that card. And it's just people think that we're not going to put boots on the ground. Do you think you have that much sea? What do you think is flying over there in those C-15s? You think we need that many bombs? They're coming from different bases.
Was attacked by Israel, and they broadcasted Netanyahu. Uh-oh. Like, this is insane. That's insane, bro. We're blowing up their ships, we're hitting their things, we're hacking their TVs, we're putting Netanyahu there, we put Trump there too. Oh my god, with Persian subtitles, Farsi subtitles.
All of your destiny and to unleash the prosperous and glorious future that is close within.
Oh my god, that is insane. Iranian State TV hacked, showing a message from Donald Trump to the Iranians. This is wild. Now, for those of you that are unaware, this is a new position that recently opened up. Multiple reports now indicate the newly appointed Ayatollah has been the job for about a day. He had the job for about a day, and not a very loved position these days, it seems. Ayatollah are dropping like flies. Now, you're probably wondering who's next. Well, most likely to be next is the last Ayatollah Khomeini's son. Ayatollah Khomeini's son was supposed to be next. Oh, never mind. Oh, he's dead. Khomeini's son, Mojtaba Khomeini, long been discussed potential successor, also eliminated. Man, this keeps happening. Man, holy shit. We fucking destroyed them. First of all, super important to note, the approval of the U.S. killing Iranian leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, a terrorist, pedophile, rapist that massacred tens of thousands of his own people and hundreds of thousands of people across the world. Approved 40%, disapproved 31%. All right, and a lot of other people still unsure. Now, this is pretty diabolical, because I was literally told by a guy named Mehdi Hassan Ahmed Mohammed Piker Cenk Unger that this is a deeply unpopular opinion and that the American people desperately do not want to kill terrorist pedophiles that are threatening to murder us on a daily basis. So I was very surprised that it turns out that they were all actually wrong. And Americans aren't completely retarded like they think we are. I guess all that inbreeding comes with a side dish of projection. Now, Donald Trump made a pretty great tweet. We're going to have to talk about the evolution of this war and some of the tactics that we've been using because they're honestly incredible. Definitely subscribe for all the research. I'm doing tons of it all the time. I'm monitoring the situation. All right, I'm talking to family in Israel all the time. I'm going to cover it, and I've already gotten so many death threats from people with names like Mohammed, Mehdi, and Hassan and stuff like that. It's a coincidence, but they're probably straight white Christians. But anyway, we have lots to talk about. We're going to talk about why retards needed to die. Donald Trump said, "I have just been informed that we have destroyed and sunk 9 Iranian naval ships, some of them relatively large and important." I love how he adds like I love how he adds that shit. "We are going after the rest, and they will soon be floating at the bottom of the sea. Also, in a different attack, we largely destroyed their naval headquarters. Other than that, their navy is doing very well." Oh my god, bro is still cracking jokes while eviscerating and dismantling our enemy. It's kind of insane. This retard Khomeini gave his life for death to America, only to get absolutely obliterated. Now, heartbreakingly, and unfortunately, tragedy does strike. CENTCOM update. Apparently 3 U.S. service members have been killed in action and 5 are seriously wounded as part of Operation Epic Fury. Several others sustained minor shrapnel injuries and concussions and are still in the process of being returned to duty. Major combat operations continue. Our response effort is ongoing. Situation is fluid, so out of respect for their families, we will withhold additional information, including identities of fallen warriors, until 24 hours after the next of kin have been notified. God rest their souls. They died and fell, making this world a better place. Honestly, heartbreaking stuff. Now, apparently, these were some of the strikes. Holy shit, dude. Apparently, this is the strike that killed 3 of our soldiers. And we're going to have to talk about how this actually happened, where it happened, and why it happened the way it did. Now, the crazy update is apparently the U.S. official told Al Jazeera's News the 3 American soldiers were killed. They died from an Iranian missile attack in Kuwait. That's right. That's right. It's not like they attacked our ships. It's not like they were operating in self-defense. It's not like they attacked our soldiers that were fighting with them or in our ships and military. They literally attacked Kuwait. As I mentioned, I really think people are waking up and realizing that we're dealing with like an actual modern-day death cult. They worship death. In fact, some of the extremists of the religion frankly believe that they should die in the midst of killing so that they could reach the highest status of heaven, where, you know, they get to rape children for eternity in heaven or something. Just the fact that they're attacking random countries is absolutely unbelievable stuff. In fact, they've been doing other war crimes during this war, right? I don't see any of the international law police crying about this one. They are using scattershot missiles, okay? These are ballistic missiles with cluster munitions, deliberately aiming to maximize Israeli deaths, right? This literally just struck Jerusalem about an hour ago. And these are cluster missiles aiming at cities directly. That's insane. Most of them were knocked out of the sky. Some of them did make impact. Thank God, from what I understand, no one was killed. But this is literally cluster missiles aimed at cities to maximize civilian casualties. This is a war crime. All right? Like, but again, no one cares. Where's the international law police when they fired cluster missiles at civilians? No one gives a shit. They did strike Jerusalem, as you can see. However, I think, thank God, no one was killed. You know, thank God. It's an unbelievable war. And of course, let's talk about the retards. The retards on our shores, the communists that quite literally we need to get rid of. Right? We need to excise them from public life, peacefully and legally, of course. So this is a libtard in America.
I'm a 10th Mountain Division infantry combat veteran here to say go, Iran, go. This dumb orange motherfucker's trying to cancel elections. He said he can do so if we're in war, and he's trying to do that, and if he cancels elections, someone's gonna cancel his ass.
Yeah, so this dude is...
It tends to happen a lot. More than you think when I'm covering topics like this. Anyway. If you guys didn't know that there's an infinite cap glitch, there is. And I found it last stream? The stream before last? I don't know. I asked Gemini, they couldn't find it. I'm eventually going to make a video on it, but I really suggest you go back and look at how I did it. I even showed like my controller on how I was doing it. I believe speed is involved. I believe if you did it slow enough, it wouldn't do it. And if you're playing on the Xbox 360, you probably couldn't do it because your system hardware wouldn't be able to clock it that fast. And since we're using an Xbox 360 legacy code on an Xbox One, we're able to do things that the regular devs didn't plan for. So I'm making a video on that, and I haven't quite cleared out Black Mountain yet. I think I was maybe going to do that. I don't have the science for that and a few other things. Like, if I go over there to Big Mountain, I don't even know if I can use the Archimedes gun. I have it. I was going to tune it really quick. Since I'm cool with the NCR, I was just going to vaporize those guys on the outside because they really shouldn't be there anyway. I mean, they should have died by the Brotherhood of Steel, in my opinion. They're way stronger than the frickin' NCR. Like, that's just I don't know what, like, that is a weird Todd Howard moment. Like, I don't know how you let the Brotherhood of Steel get pushed back by some NCR people who can't even handle legionaries. I mean, it really doesn't make sense. I mean, you think just because there's a couple of people with assault rifles. I mean, they have the laser, they have the most sophisticated equipment. The Brotherhood of Steel, they have power armor. You're telling me that they couldn't reclaim this before I got here? No, I'd much rather have been like a friend of Brotherhood of Steel who controlled Helios 1 than have the NCR over here saying, look, like, and then the Mr. Fantastic guy or whatever it is just stupid. I mean, the reason why I'm doing it is because they had put somebody so stupid in charge that he could have fried him. I mean, like, I just want the gun. I mean, I don't even think about it in real life. If that was a real situation, wouldn't do it. But I'm in a game, so here we go. I want the gun. Give me the gun. Alright, one moment. It's just so weird. The sound isn't going from here.